natural carpets onto a staircase using the waterfall method, I need to protect the step itself, so I've put some plywood on there, and also support the riser. The natural carpets are quite a flexible product, so I put this bit of sisal on there, just give it a little bit of tension. You can see there it's got quite a lot of give in it. However tight I pull that, as people are walking up and down the stairs, the compression of the underlay is going to allow that to start loosening off. So I'm going to put an Easyshims up behind the riser, and that gives it that stable point to stick to. Easyshims from Stairrods are designed for raising heights and doorways. You've got various different thicknesses, but I'm going to utilise this to fill out that riser. I've taken off cut a shim, and so what I'm going to do is turn it around. So you've got the thicker part towards the bottom, put that in position. We can see there, that's just lipping over the nose of that step. When I do it properly, I'm going to take it a little bit higher. As I put the sisal on there and bring that around, once that's stuck to it, that's giving that a nice solid support. Another way of doing it is to actually cut the shim down so it fits underneath the nose. To place that one into there, we can see there's a bit of a difference on the overhang. So what I can do is just use another piece of shim or a bit of blind gripper, and that'll bring that out to the edge of that nose then. So again, it's doing the same thing. Doesn't matter which way you do it, as long as you support the back of that carpet. First thing I want to do is measure the width of this step. If I measure across there, that's actually measuring at 30.5 inches. And so what I want to do is take off around about sort of 10 mil, just to allow for a bit more of a tuck down the edges. Once we've cut that down to width, put it into position. See there, it's a lot higher. So you can either use a tape measure to measure the riser, or put it in position and then just draw where the nose of that step is. Now I've got the shim cut down, I can get that in position, again allowing a gap down each side for the tuck. Just using the stapler, put some fixings in. See, that's pretty stable anyway. And then some more across the nose. So that now is giving that a fixed support for that carpet. I'm going to do it the other way on this step just to show the methods. So first thing I need to do is measure that riser. Now if you're doing this for every step, you don't have to be absolutely spot on. This is 5.5 inches or 140 mil. I'll take the shim, mark that up. Measure across this way, we're at 28.5. Then measure it 28.5. Like so. So I'll now get these cut down, and when it comes onto that riser, I will need to use a packer piece. Offering the Easyshims back up to the step again, we can see there that the overhang is still protruding slightly. If I use the off-cutter shim, then that brings it just slightly over. Because what I could do is actually use a bit of blind gripper on this step, and that brings it in dead flush then. So again, it all depends on what your overhang is to what the packer behind it needs to be. Again, you can get different size shims, so if you had a 15mm overhang on it, you could actually go with a 15mm shim, or just look at the other alternatives, which says 6, 9, 12, and let's say the 15. So I'm happy to use the bit of fine gripper on there. We'll get that onto the riser. Then that gives me that stable point to fix to. So we can see there, both methods gives it support for the carpet itself. Now that I've got the stairs boxed in, I can cut the gripper down to the width required. Just by using an adjustable straight edge, bring that across. Because what I want to do is just drop it back, again 2/3 the thickness of the carpet itself. That's my measurement for that crotch then. When we're installing gripper on the staircase, we're governed by relevant standards. Now wherever we've got a continuous runner carpet, it's twice the thickness, but wherever we've got a break, it's 1.5 times the thickness. So what I'm actually doing is I'm angling the spacer. If I try and put it in straight, that part of the spacer needs to go to the riser itself, but we've brought the riser out because of the Easyshims. So just by angling that, it still allows me to use this spacer. Once we're in position, just hammer those in. Then on the bottom step, I want to go 2/3 the thickness, just so we get a nice neat tuck on that bottom edge. Now that I've got the treads and risers done, I'm going to gripper down the edges. This provides additional support for the carpet once it's been installed. Bring it up to the gripper. I'm going to mark it as the nose rolls over, pretty much just on that point there. Cut that back on an angle. Get that fixed into position. Again, as it's a perimeter, roughly 2/3 the thickness of the carpet. So once I've fitted up this staircase, I'm not tucking away as I go. I want the adhesive to get a really good grab. Once the adhesive's got that grab, I'll then come down and tuck all the sides away. I've actually left this for about a week to allow the adhesive to cure. We can see there, with the shims behind, that's providing those risers with a lot of support. I also wanted to have a look to see what difference there will be between the G7.5, which is 7.5mm, and the 6.5mm double stick underlay. Visually from where I am at the minute, I can't actually see anything. But if we get the camera up closer, then we'll put it level and see what we can see.